Hi, Al. I'm Andy, founder and principal of Morning Strategy, and this is a note-taking bookmarking tool that I made because it's uh, too easy to forget all those amazing ideas that we have, and especially in a collaborative environment, so like a team working together. So if you want a single place to come to put your notes, find them again when you need them, uh, this is it. It begins with this view of your notes from today. We can add three different types of notes, but the bookmark one is pretty cool because, of course, you're not going to be doing it from within the tool. You'll be doing it from a web page. So I previously was using Roam Research, and if I want to bookmark it, there's a Chrome extension automatically populates, and I say bookmark, and that's it. And it appears, and here's my bookmark. Okay, and I can add any of the notes that I want here. I can add my own tags if I want. And AI is also going to be pulling, just added notes in there because it knows this is notes, right? So there's an AI system in the back that's looking through your existing tags to apply. And can create a summary using AI and share it. So if I want to share this with Dude, there we go. So now Dude's been shared um, this note. I can look back at my daily notes and see streaks. So here are all my notes from yesterday, and I can view my notes from the perspective of tags, which is pretty cool. So if I want to see any of my uh, notes about skills, here they are. And for the book, any book notes, they all appear here in order of page numbers, so nice and easy to find based on the book. And there's also templates, which I kind of threw this in on a whim, but um, let's say you really want to make a numbered list note, then you can do that. And see, it's added in the numbered list based on your template. That's it. Build video is going to follow, so you could watch me fumble my way through this build over the course of about 90 minutes and learn a few tricks from that, I hope. And if there's any kind of system like this that you need, this is what I do for a living. So please do reach out. Links are in the description below. And yeah, remember before you forget. So, yeah. All right, note taking. Um, Capturing. I'm not sure which it is. This is a fun one for me because I've been doing this for myself personally for quite a while, and I've been using Roam Research. Never well, I've built out a lot of systems in Coda, but never ones that really make me happy. So let's get started. First of all, let's make a table called notes. And I do want to have a title and a note column. Okay, so I'm just going to break this open, and for now, I'll make it editable. Because I tend to think of collaborative docs, I'm also going to make a people table. Define my own conventions by not calling these things DB for database. So the people table will be a person column, people column. Okay, and I tend to call this coda person. It just makes it easier to find when you need to. And then add the name in. Uh, and then I usually try to split that. So first name, and that would be an equals name dot split. And split is looking for a delimiter. We put a space. then it splits it by any spaces it finds, and then we say dot first. Okay, give me the first thing before the first space. And there it is. So now I'll make this the display column. Great. So then up here, I'm going to want a name. No, I'm going to want a DB people lookup, just one, because this will be creator. And I think what we want to do is say, have this based on a formula where it would be go to the people table and filter that for this row. That's coda person equals this row dot created. Created dot this row. Okay, let me try that again. Created by. Oh, there we go. I just didn't use the right created. There we go. Okay, so now I have the creator there. And we also want the created on. And I'll take the date only of that and the time only of that. Time of creation. Oh, where'd the other one? There it is. And we'll say date of creation. All right, and then the only other thing I think I want to do for this is change the format to this. Okay, and maybe I'll put the year in there too. I was gonna say sometimes I'll split the year out separately so it's its own column, but not right now. All right, so that's great. Let's actually call this backend, and we'll make a new page for notes. Let's just call this notes. All right, so the main thing we want to do is to button make a new note, all right? So this would be like quick note. We'll call this, where what it does is open row, add row, DB notes. I'll make it green and large. And note. I do kind of like this lightning bolt quick note. We're going to make it pink for fun. Okay, and what that does is say, here we go. That's great. But of course, I want to edit this so that it doesn't look quite so crappy. Turn the label on and say note title. Here's your note. Here's, I can turn that off. I'll bring creator up. And sometimes I like to do like a header created. And I'll just make this a formula with text that just says created. And then you can bring that up here. And for each of these, we want to hide and center. Hide and center. I can't select this column. There we go. That was weird. Hide and center. Okay, and I'll make this H3. I think we can hide these two. Don't want the hidden column link. And we're good. All right, created there. I need my modal lines. Where am I going to get those? I'll get them from the CRM. So in my backend settings, collaborative, modal lines. Here we go. So this is just a formula that I like to use. I'll call this make a new page for settings. And all it does is it's a rectangular formula that says here's the width, here's the height, and here's the color, because then what we can do is within our notes, I can add a text column, call it line 1, and the formula is going to be modal line formula, and that's it. Because then in my view, when I add line 1, bring that up there, take off the label and center it. I'm going to duplicate it, rename it to line 2, and we're done. Okay, and then this is what it looks like, right? So now we can see our note nice and clear. Let's see. Note title. Well, now we're getting into it already. Okay, I'm going to wait on note title. For now, let's just have it say value for new rows is going to be concatenate note and created on. Okay. Let's see. So there's a couple. Oh, I can't do that because I. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Um, Another thing that I want to do is have a URL line. But okay, so here's one of the reasons why I've been doing this at all is there's this cool Coda extension, Google Chrome extension. I'll put the link down in the notes. But essentially what you can do is define a table you want a bookmark to go to, column for the URL. I think I'm going to try the note, and then the title is the title, and it should bookmark it. So let's try this. If I say this page, so once I do it once, it remembers, and then bookmark. Great. Okay, there it is. And cool thing there, no, I can't do it. If I then select that. Okay, so maybe because I mean the coolest thing there would be if I can make that a link. Nope. Oh, okay. I'll copy it. I'll make it a link. I'll remove all that garbage. Because then it'd be nice to have that appear as an embed. Right inside my note. That'd be awesome. But to do that, I would actually have to create a new column, I think. But so let's do that now, just in case. So let's insert a column after, and it'll be a link. It'll be bookmark URL. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. And I also trying to remember what happens in the maybe I can in the edit column display. Okay, so I can do it here. So if I display card, that's probably best. All right, so now if I go back here to my extension and say select, yeah, note. No, I don't want note now. I want bookmark URL. Okay, can't be embedded. But if it was something else, like coda gallery, I bookmark that. Right, so that's going to work. Then I just have to bring in this bookmark URL. Make another line. Line 3. Okay, so that's cool. Because then the nice thing there is that what I can do is if I'm maybe trying to share this with somebody, I can use this and say, hey, or like all the links to all the docs in the Codaverse. All right, so that becomes my note. The bookmark URL is there. All right. So I've got people, I've got notes. The other thing I wanted to do is, and I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup here, which I often leave until after. But this time I'm not going to. People, people, LMNOP, notes, then people. Okay. So I also, oops, want this thing called DB daily notes. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because I want a calendar that shows the day's notes that I've collected. So I can go to the calendar, just click on a day, and it'll show me all the notes. Okay, so to do that, I need to make a table called DB daily notes. I want a date, and this is going to be the day. I think that will be the display column. And then what I'm doing here is saying notes, multiple selections, and I just want to fill this with a formula that says go to notes. Oh, I messed that up. This isn't daily notes, this is notes. Edit column, notes, okay. And filter where date of creation equals day. All right, so that says wherever, and this will be the day for today. All right, great. So that's, actually, I don't want that to be the display column at all. What I want to do is I'll make I'll bring in a related column here that is account selected. Okay, so there's 3 notes from today. And then I'm going to make a text column that uses that. Actually, I gotta get used to using more compose columns. And we'll say at notes count 3 notes. Yeah, okay. I'll say display. I'll make this the display. And the reason I want to do that is because then when I go to make a calendar, so this is notes, and here if I do daily notes, make it a calendar, choose the display. The date time is the day, no end date, and that's it, right? 3 notes. Title new event button. I don't want to be able to make a new event. Although I guess you'll be able to anytime you double click. I probably have to lock this page because otherwise somebody's going to do that. They're like, oh, now I just made a new day. We don't want to be able to make a new day by double clicking, but whatever. Notes, say daily notes calendar. Okay, we're going to hide that. Great. So that's fine, except now if I click on this, this is cool. So if I say edit the layout, this would be daily notes calendar layout. And we want to say, I don't need to see the count or the display. All we want is to see that and that. And can I make it bigger? Oh, I can. And then I guess we'll try. Guess I don't need the day there, right? It's pretty obvious. But I'm going to put a line in. Okay, and I don't need to see the title for notes. Okay, so now it looks like that. And for the options for this table, I don't want new row, I don't want new column. Search, maybe. So I don't need created on, but what I might like to do is put the time, right? Because this is always going to be on the same day. So if I put the time out at the front and I sort by the time, descending, I don't know what makes more sense there, ascending or descending, I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, I also want to put on the open row, right? Expand the row button. Let's see, created on, hide that. I'll probably hide the node itself for now. I want to wrap that text, and just in case, we'll wrap that text. I guess just in case, wrap that text. Okay. All right. And the title will be big, and the creator. Okay. So that's cool. So now that means that when I go to the calendar, I can just click and see any of my notes, and then I can go into them. Actually, that should be layout 1, which is note main layout. All right, great. Workshops, what's that about? Oh, it was this thing. Cool. Gallery, Explore, Docs, Templates, and Packs Coda. How did that title get in? Oh, that's the title, in this case, comes straight from the bookmark. Cool. All right. So now the problem is, well, every day I want to create a new note, right? So I can just do that with an automation to say, um, create daily note. Create a new daily note at 12 a.m. every day. Okay, so when? Time-based. Day? No. Yeah. 12 a.m. Never ends. We're going to say add a row to daily DB daily notes. Where the day is today. Okay, so now if I test that, it just added another daily note at the right date. All right, we could just check that by going to the actual daily notes page. Great. Okay, so get rid of that one. So that means tomorrow at 12 a.m. it'll make a new one, and then any notes I add tomorrow, quick note, will get added straight to that, right? And if I make another one, we see 3 notes. If I add another one here, testing, oh, it didn't add the date. Why didn't it add the date? Oh, interesting. Because in this case, created on hadn't been created. So I guess what we would do is say now. All right. Okay, so here's something else I need. Actually, I should test that first. So quick note, right? Okay, that worked. And is that time? That's pretty close. I want to be able to delete, right? Easily delete this thing because sometimes you click the button, you decide you don't want to keep it, right? So I'll call this delete button. And column type is a button. I don't know where to put it other than I think I might put it right here because it is something like sometimes you click and you think, yeah, this is going to be awesome. And then trash, right? This one. And then whatever you thought was going to be amazing to write absolutely wasn't. So you need to delete it. Delete rows. This row is the formula. And in my advanced settings, gotta turn off show alert because it's so annoying, but I'm going to add a condition that says it's going to disable if creator. I need a, okay, hold on. All right, I'll come back. I need a current person. Okay. Current person. And we'll say this is equals db people where coda person is user. And this is called current person. Great. So the reason I want that is because then what I can do is, where were we just working? In notes? Oh, the delete button. I want to disable this button for everyone except for the creator. So if I say creator contains, why is creator does not equal current person? All right, so now I can delete this, but nobody else can. And maybe I want to push this off to the side. Okay, delete. Great. Okay, now I had a few notes up here for what I thought I wanted to do for this. So I did that. Yeah, tags. Templates. Right. Note templates can be kind of cool. So I thought I'd try to play around with that for a minute. So sometimes you want um, a little more structure to your notes. I should probably call this note templates just in case. I don't think there's going to be other kinds of templates, but so template name, and then we want the template. And I think we want a button to create it. So this button would say open row, add row, DB notes, where the note is template. All right, this row template. Value of template for each. Yeah, okay. Great. I'll say for now, and I don't know. I want nothing here. Create from template. Okay, so let's say, for example, book note. Then I've got this template now. So let's just format this while we're here. This is the template name, so I want that large and centered. And then I'll bring in a line. I think that's good. I think I'll just move this up here and say nothing in center. All right, okay. No, it's still got the add column thing. There we go. So a book note would be book title, page number, note. Just leave it like that because that's where I would actually add in the note. All right, so that's pretty lame. Likely what we would want to do is have a book or like a book here. But if we try this, all right, that's great. And the only other thing we might want to do is in notes, we could say, what's the template? And if I reverse create this column, then now in templates, we'd be able to see, I'm just going to hide this from here, what notes were created from that template. And so the create button here would now have to be a run actions button, because what we want to do is also no, I don't need to do that. I can just say here template. Oh, DB notes. DB notes is that. So didn't I call it template? Oh no, I would have called it note temp. Yeah, okay, there it is. Note template is this row. All right, so now when I create it, there it is there. So notes, and the note template is there, right? So that's cool, because now what I could do is I'll just I'm getting ahead of myself. Checklist. Column. I'm going to put the preview on. Um, Actually, we'll say one. I got to get in there to do it, I think. One, one. No, how do I do this? Numbered list. There we go. One. Come on. Numbered list. Now this is silly, right? Like, why would I ever want a template named numbered list? I could just create a note and write numbered list anyway, but I mean, this is just for uh, the purposes of demonstration, right? So if we go, so now what we can do up here, we've got quick note, and now I can bring in templates, and it might be fun to do this as cards. I don't want a new card button. Do I? New template? Bottom new card, search, table title, that's fine. Columns, I don't want. All right, so now I could see note templates if I wanted to create one of those. So that's pretty handy, because then anytime you add a new template for a note, it would appear there and you would automatically be able to create it. Like, I don't know what a kind of, I'm going to ask Coda AI actually. AI block. Give me a list of 5 types of templates for taking notes. Example book notes. For each item in the list, give me the name of the template and a layout for what that. All right, let's see if we get that. Cornell notes. Ooh, mind mapping. That's really weird. The only one I think is actually useful is this like outline method. So I'm going to copy that. And so what we do is we come in and say, oh, we need a new template for it's a outline. And I can just paste this stuff in here. I guess this would make more sense as like a numbered list. Main topic, subtopic, supporting detail. Right, and so it's like imagine you had that. Oh, I'll do another one because it's fun. So I need a code AI for this. AI block. Create a template outline for an Amazon one-pager. Okay. Oh my goodness. Can I just select this? I can't select it. Oh, it's because it's still writing it? Is it done? All right. So I got that. We'll say Amazon one pager and jam that in there. Okay, so that's cool because now we've got um, well, it's a little more than a note, right? But you sort of get the point that now when I come in, if I want a new Amazon one pager, I can create that, and it's right there with the time and stuff, right? So if I go to my calendar, and I got 5 notes. Um, yeah, so now we get this problem where notes. Okay, so here's what we do. This note title is bad. It doesn't help me know anything about what's in this note. So I'm going to use. I guess I'll use my OpenAI pack. You could use Code AI for this, but I would rather use. I think I'm probably going to need it at some point anyway if I'm doing summaries. So let's look at my packs and GPT prompt and response. I think that's it. V2 releases. Okay, we'll say this is it. So now if I go to my notes, nope, if I go to my notes, I can insert a column, a button, because what I want to do is update the title when someone clicks the button. So what it will do is it'll modify rows, because it's going to change the title. It's going to change the title. Oh, oops, this row, title, and it's going to get response from, I haven't added my account. Oh, what happened there? Oh, there we go. Okay. The prompt. All right. So for prompts, what I like to do is add um, AI. I'll say prompt title. And I want this to be a compose column so that I can say draft a title for this note in where the using fewer than 6 words. Actually, I'm going to try this. I'm going to go settings and I'll say text. This is going to be uh, AI note title length. And it's collaborative. So say 6 words. AI note title length max. Okay, so now we'll go back to wherever we were, and the prompt will be using no more than at equals AI note title length. All right, 6 words. Here is the information about this note. Note content is at note. Oops. Um, Make it say maybe note template. Create a meaningful and creative title for this note. Template is set. Template equals this row dot template. What? Oh no, template. That's why. That's the second time I've done that, which means I've named it wrong. Dot template name. No. So here's another. This is another thing that I like to do. I like to make. I did it again. I like to make summaries that can be used for AI for almost anything that I've got. So this would be um, at template name colon at template. Okay, and then I'll say summary for AI. And I'm going to hide that because depending on the size of your template, it can get huge. But then when I'm in my notes, I can, in the prompt, I can say summary for AI. Okay. So now the button, the prompt will be prompt for title, response type. For me, the get response type is missing. Oh, I forgot that I'd done this where you can do a text or an image. And the model I want 40. We'll do 500 tokens, but I have no idea why we need that many. Okay, so let's try this one. I might have to tell it. To output, let's see, output only the title with no quotation marks or other information. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I.e., do not state note on ... Amazing. All right. Well, we'll come back to that because it's garbage, but um, for now it's AI title, and I'll make the button say um, AI title, and it'll be a plus sign. All right, draft. Actually, I make that in blue. Advanced. Disable. All right, so now what was that about in my notes? Oh, right. Each of my notes. Bring the title up here. I'll put it here. And that's fine. Great. Okay. Um, and then it might be fun so I don't have to worry about making the titles is if I say my automations. Do I want, maybe I'll put it as a different automation. Update titles, note titles. Update any note titles that have not been altered from the default. So this will be also time-based. We'll do it at the same time of day. And let's run it if. Actually, I'm going to go back to the notes themselves because what did I say the edit column to concatenate now? Insert column. Um, yeah, see, what I'm trying to figure out is the problem I'm going to have is that now is being put in when the automation is clicking. So maybe what I need to do is change that first automation and say insert column after. I'm just going to call this, oops, shit. Default. Oy, default title. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll get the first automation when it creates maybe I'll do this. Add note default title. For every new note, duplicate the title to the default title column. So, time-based row changed. Yeah, I don't think I want it to be row changed though, right? It's more like when the node is created. What is my node common now? Oy, this is just a giant distraction, isn't it? Let's not update all the titles. Let's not update all the titles. I'll come back to this, maybe. Add no default title. Delete that rule. Update no titles. I guess I could say like if the oh well, do I do a checkbox here? Insert column before. Be a checkbox that says uh, is it the same time though? Created on 1:50 p.m. Yeah, it's not really, is it? I can't let this one go. Add formula to say if title equals concatenate note, comma, created on then true, otherwise false. And that's not going to work, right? Because it's not the exact same. So if yeah, I mean, I could strip. All right, I gotta abandon this. This is just a waste of time. And that is a good lesson for me, okay? Because I could waste a lot of time doing silly stuff, but I'm not gonna do it. Okay. So we have our quick note. We have our uh, calendar of notes. Do we want to um, add a subpage to say today's notes? And we'll say notes. Maybe do it as a detail view. And then just filter where date of creation equals today. And maybe I'll sort them by time of creation. All right, great. So now we would be able to see today's notes from here if we wanted. Maybe that's actually more helpful here. I think that's probably more helpful there. So this would be uh, calendar of notes. So this would be today's notes. I'm going to move this over to the main page. And the calendar of notes. All right, that's more likely that if you wanted to go see all the notes you've done on all these different days, you'd go here. Okay. Today's notes, no templates. That's cool. Now, what is this other functionality? Quick note button, daily notes, calendar, sharing. Sharing and tags. How long have we been at this? Just over an hour. I wonder if I could do sharing and tags. Tags is the harder one. Let's do sharing first. Okay. Let's say you want to send a note to somebody. What we want to be able to do then is, what is this, column 14? I think I need that. Delete. And I want to hide all those lines. All right, and hide this header. Okay. This would be a people, DB people, multi select, and say uh, share. What am I going to call this? Sharing lookup. So that's a manual select where I would choose the other. I better add another person. I would choose the person I wanted to add. So if I say at strategy.ca, great. I'll go add Andy down here. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do something here just so I can see this. So I'm gonna say nickname, and I'll be like, dude, and then I'm gonna change this from So say if nickname is not blank, then nickname, otherwise use the first name. All right, so now somebody could give themselves a nickname if they really wanted to, and that would appear. So I'm in my notes, and let's say I'm just going to open up. Sometimes I find it easier to do this from within a note. I don't want that big long one though. Oh, actually, I can choose the coda one because I like it better. So now what I want to do is share it. So sharing lookup goes here. I need another, actually it goes underneath that line because I need another line. Line 4, getting long already. So this is like choose people to share with. All right. And what that does, first of all, we need to edit this, put it in ascending order, and we want to filter it so that let's see. Current value does not equal current person, right? I don't want to be able to share it with myself. So that means that now when I go to share it, I can only share it with dude. So I select dude. Now what? Now I need a button to be able to actually share that. So if I say share button, type button, I'll say share. No, and I'll say center errors. Um, I think I need another column, another people column, shared with. Okay, so this will say, who have I already shared this thing with? And it should, yeah, I don't want it as a table. Guess I'll center this. See, I don't want to be able to edit this though. Oh, well, okay. So for now, what we're going to do is say this, when you click it, if shared with is blank, then modify rows, this row shared with sharing lookup. Right, so if it's blank, then just push anybody who's in the sharing lookup into there. If it's not blank, then we need to list combine it. This row Well, I guess I could list combine it and then filter out any blanks, but I don't want to do that. So shared with going to be list combine this row shared with and sharing lookup. Oh, but I also want to notify those people, right? So run actions. Notify. Choose notify sharing lookup dot coda person. We'll say concatenate. This should actually be a separate column. Yeah. Sharing notification. It should probably be a compose to make it easier. Hey. Hey. Um, at current, no, equals current person dot what? Nickname, first name. Oh, nah, it doesn't matter. First name. Okay, so current person first, Andy. Shared a note with you. I guess we'll leave it at that. Yeah. Hey, Andy shared a note with you. Okay, so I don't need to see that on here, but then what I can do is in my button. Now the notification is sharing notification. And then I want to modify rows. This row sharing lookup, and I want to clear it out, right? So that it's not there anymore. Okay. This can be blank because the title is going to be there. Share. Send. That's fine. Okay, so now shared with dude is there. Now I could remove that, which would not be cool, but actually maybe I can just hide that entirely because if I check out this column, right? Yeah, there should be nobody left. Oh no, dude is still there. Okay, so I need to update edit column, update the filter. Current value does not equal current person and current value is in shared with dot not or nope. And current value in shared with dot not. Isn't that right? No match is found. Right. So if I go to a different one, I can select dude and share it. Dude is there, and now I can no longer select dude. Okay, so that means that I can hide this sharing with thing. All right. Because if they're shared, they're not. If they don't appear in the list, they've already, it's already been shared with them. This note's already been shared with them. If they don't appear in the list, this note's already been shared with them. Okay. Okay, so then the only other thing I would need to do is say, I'll hide that on these notes. My notes today. And I suppose I could do two things here. I think what I'll do is say, how do you want shared notes to appear? Do you want them, you don't want them to appear like they're yours, do you? Or do you? So you could do two things. You could have another table down at the bottom that said notes kind of shared with me, or I could put a filter on here to say show me both. I should actually probably restrict this to creator. Oh, yeah. Show formula creator equals current person, or current person is in, I guess I would say contains, right? Or shared with dot contains current person. Yeah, do it that way. And maybe I'll put a little note here saying shared with in gray. Can I do that from here? Nah, it sucks. Because it's a details layout. I could do cards, I guess, but that's not fun. Guess I'd do a table. Which doesn't look good as good as a table is. I'm gonna leave it as detail for now. And then maybe I could figure out some kind of thing to add here to make it appear as if it's been a shared with me instead of. So let's say today's notes includes notes shared with me. Okay, so now how long has it been? Oh goodness, an hour 17. All right, tags. Tags are cool except they're notoriously difficult to maintain because you have to do it manually. And they have to be applied manually, which isn't cool either. So I've got coda. Oh, just this little company I heard of. Right, so now within a note, like this note, instead of codaverse, I could say at codaverse. Okay, now there's that tag in there. And if I wanted, I could see now I have to pull out everywhere that at coda is applied. Mm. So this is the problem. I've asked for this many times, is if someone does this for there to be some kind of backlinking. So how do I get it to recognize that? Let's see. I think I remember doing this at one point, but I'll do it over in the table itself. How do you do a backlink? That's probably worth spending a couple of minutes on here. Tags? Oh, right, there's nothing. Okay. So if I said, let's just try the easiest thing first. I'll do tags, and it should be multi-select. And we'll try to fill values with AI. Auto categorize. Input is note. Fill the column. Okay. In this case, it did it. But what if I just wrote if it was like oxycodone? Don't do it. Don't do it, tags. I can see you thinking. There's not. Why is it just thinking there? It's like frozen. I broke it. Okay, so that's one potential way where now we can at least reverse this. Create a column in tags. No, okay, maybe not. What if I just put coda though? Yeah. Well, it's not the worst. Maybe we can get away with that implementation for a while. What I thought I would have to do is to put some new way in where it was like, okay, use like Rome does, the double square brackets, and then send over to the OpenAI pack to try to extract that. But then you don't get that nice like tagging in the like this where you can actually hover over it and see. I do like that. Okay. maybe that was a success. Maybe that was a surprising success. So what I'm doing here is just getting rid of this from the hide from the main display. So what I want to do is add the count here. Oops, it's a related column. Count selected. Note count. I have to put the S in there. And we'll say notes. Okay, so in here, I do want the note count. Because then if I'm over in my notes and I happen to hover over a tag, then right, I can see this, and then I can go to it, and now I get this view of tags main layout, and this is the tag and its description, and I'll add a line because I must. And then the notes. Title. Is the title important? Probably not. Probably what's important is who created it, the note itself, and the date of creation, right? Because then what I can do from here is say, wrap that text, wrap that text. I want to take the column button off, right? New column button. I don't think I want to be able to add grade from here. All right, so that's pretty cool because now from my tags perspective, I would be able to see all of the notes that I had written. Isn't that fancy? So on my cards, I probably want to take off below the columns, add a column that is a compose, and say at notes count, notes, right, notes count display, tags on tags page, and get rid of that. This becomes new tag plus green. All right, cool. Okay, so how does that work? That's not too bad. I don't need those there though. Page options, subtitles, no subpages. Pink on pink. Got my templates. Got my notes. Oh, I know. Since these things have rapidly become 2 hour builds instead of 1 hour builds, I'm almost at that now. The other thing that I wanted to do tags is create a summary of each note, an AI summary. Um, so I think what I'll do for that again is say, make it a text, make it a summary, and then I want a button. Create summary, and then I want to prompt to say, create a summary of this note in no more than 50 words. Actually, why don't we go do the same thing? AI note title, AI summary length max, and I'll just copy this. There it goes. AI note summary length max, and this would be in words, and this is in words. Okay, where were we? Notes, right? Compose content in equals AI note summary length. Okay, 50 words. Note title at title. Note content at note. Okay, and then this will be a modify rows. This row summary, and it's a get response from, where the prompt is the, oh, I didn't call it anything yet, did I? Column 18. Response type is text. And the model is 40, and we'll give it 500 tokens. We'll give it 1,000 tokens. All right, so this is prompt. Sorry. Create AI summary. Awesome. These notes are so bad. Um, I'm gonna pause it and get. Oh, that was what I wanted to do for the book notes because I take a lot of notes for books. Oh man, there were so many other things that I thought of. I was having a shower and was like, yes, I should put this in. Um, if it's specifically for book notes, then we should definitely have a books table, right? Uh, oh, this is getting so far afield. Maybe title, author. I guess that's it. I'd probably put a cover image too, but what am I reading? It's like Self-Renewal. That was such a great book. Who was he? W. Gardner? I can't remember. Oh, I've got Rome up here. Self-Renewal, the Individual and the Innovative Society. Um, I guess this would be a number for year published. And I need to take off the comma separator. This was 1963. All right, so now what I would do in that note template, right, is in this spot here. Hmm. See, I could either then write self-renewal, right? But that's not convenient. So I guess I could do a relation column. But I mean, you could get thousands of these things if you had thousands of book notes. Book title, book note, template, select, book select. I don't know. That's such a weird name. Only one. And let's say we want them to be in ascending order. All right, so now I can choose the actual book. I could reference the page number. Uh, oh, this is a good one. And I guess actually the template, oh, get rid of that. This is just a template. And so then, all right, so that would be the, if I did book, and then in brackets, I could say, no, I couldn't. Okay, fine. So from this, now imagine the day comes when I'm creating, let's sort this list. I'm creating a book note. Now I can select my book, and this is from page 8, and I just plonk that down there. So the people interested in adult education. Um, so I need this way to quickly turn, like if I want to quickly turn education into a tag. Yep. Self-development, self-renewal. What's the fastest way for me to be able to create tags? I mean, I guess it would be the tags column, right? Like if I just add the yeah, I don't want to just add these AI tags because I think what I'm worried about happening is that it gets overwritten every single time. So if I say add column um, my tags, I'll type tags, then what I can do here is say uh, education, and I can say prison, I could say self-renewal. Okay, so those are there. What does that mean though? 'Cause, I mean, now I'd have to go back in and say education. And at prison and at self-renewal. And how does that affect the AI tags? It's this row. That's tags AI. It picked them up. That's pretty good. So I think then what I would want to do is say in that tags lookup, if I now go back to tags, I've got notes AI, then I've got from this like my tags thing, sorry there, if I make a column for that, create a column, look over to tags, then this notes. This would be notes my tags. This is notes AI tags, and then this needs another notes column. Notes. All. And we'll take it and make it a list combine notes AI tags, notes my tags dot unique. Okay, and then the view of the tags, instead of notes AI tags, it should be it's all. I'll match what I did here, so this would have to be. Oh no, I wasn't using the title, was I? I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Maybe I want to show the title, but okay, so it'd be the note the creator and the date of creation. Yeah, yeah, and get the pen expand row button open. Okay, so wrap, wrap, wrap. Oh, right. No new column, no new row button. Yep. And then I get rid of that one, and I'll rename this notes. Cool. Okay, so now my tags, I've got education, prison, self-renewal. Oh, you see what I see? Notes. Okay, so in the tags, there's an easy way to get around this. It's in the display in the compose. You take off that. I actually want to make that a small n. You take that off and you say equals if note notes count equals 1, then nothing. Or do I have to do no action here? I'll do no action. And otherwise, it's a S. Oh, no, I did that thing. Okay, so it's got to be nothing. One note. Why the dot 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 though? There we go. Okay, one note, one note. If I look, there's the note. It's from a book, and I can open it up. And that should be notes main layout. And I can take off those tags AI. All right. Okay. So it's not ideal because I have to add those tags myself, right? If I want, if they don't exist, I can add them there and then go and add them in the node itself. But I think it does work. How does this AI title work now? Okay, it's interesting. Didn't say self-renewal at all, which I'd be surprised, or I am surprised because it's about self-renewal. But fair enough. Okay, I think we'll end it there.